What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Atriox, and we're back with another Mortal Kombat video. So, it's been a few days since last we talked about Mortal Kombat 1, and I was just waiting to see if Ed Boon was gonna respond, and like he hasn't really said anything on Twitter. So, I don't know. I was still waiting, but then like I saw that his last post on Twitter was he created an account Bluesky. He's talking about getting his account back, and like I don't know why anyone was using his name. People just weirdos like that. They just like to do stupid shit like that. Just give the man his name back. Anyways, so he went on Bluesky, mind you. Like I think I heard about this website a while back, right after the election, when people were talking about like moving over to Bluesky over Twitter, something like that. So I decided to go on Twitter over there, and then last night I saw a bunch of his new posts. But when I went to go today to see it, his account is gone now. I don't know why, but luckily the images were shared on Twitter. Thankfully, somebody on Reddit. I'm not really sure the name of the person. Hold on, I'll bring it up real quick. So the Rhino guy. So this user, the Rhino guy on Reddit, posted that all of the shots that Twitter had that he put up on Twitter. Thankfully, because I would have been annoyed if I couldn't go back and get it. So basically, we're gonna go through a bunch of things. So basically, for a few of these things, pretty much Ed Boon like kind of hinting at there's still a future for MK1, but like, you know, he's not really giving out too much information, but that's good enough. So what could be happening too is that like being 100% right is kind of crazy when you really think about it. Like being right every single time. So maybe what Warner Brothers trying to do is maybe they're trying to get rid of the leaker. So maybe that's why like he got out as quick as he did, because like it's still kind of confusing me that Fate Unknown just blatantly just stopped out of nowhere. So there had to be a reason for it. So maybe they found he thinks that they found out like that, you know, that someone in the company was leaking all this information actually worked for the company. So maybe he just stopped doing that so that he wouldn't get caught. Maybe that's like kind of what happened, and like it was just like a little, you know, bait and switch, you know what I mean? So that's what I think it could be. So like even now, like, you know, do I regret making that video? No, not really. I don't. It was still a good, you know, avenue for me to vent my frustrations with Mortal Kombat in the recent years. But you know, I do can eat crow if this ends up being true, where they are still making more content. If that's the case, then yeah, I feel like a D-head. But at the end of the day, like I still made the video, I'm not taking that down. So regardless, you know. Anyways, let's jump into these tweets to see like what exactly he's talking about. So, give us OG, Male, Cyborg, Sector, and Cyrax, please. Street Fighter did this. You can. Okay, so give us OG, Male, Cyborg, Sector, and Cyrax, please. Street Fighter do this. You can do this. NRS, please, for the OG fans. Okay, obviously he's asking for the male version of the skins, and I always thought this could come in a skin pack. Even when before Cast Rank came out, I don't know if you guys remember, but I was talking about that. I think that they would appease the fans by giving them the male versions of the characters as well. I didn't think it was just going to be the females. So if they do that, that would make a lot of people happy. And Ed just responds, "Oh, I wish I could share more with you." Like, that's pretty much him saying that there's more on the way, like in terms of the skins at least. So that's pretty much all but confirming Cyrax and Sector is coming here by him just saying that. Like, then we have hope he updates more customization at least 2 gear pieces per character. Example, second gear piece to remove mask, Melina, Katana, Rain, and Scorpion, Kunai, and mask. Shang Tsung's old form, noob, shadow, loadout for customization, better balance patch, blah blah blah. Wow, that's a lot. We will consider. This is just basic, nothing really too interesting there. Ed, we'll love for this to be a sensible place for you to. Okay, that's not important. That's more on a personal level for Ed Boon, which, you know, obviously everybody would like for somebody to be able to talk about the stuff that they would like to do outside of the, you know, the workplace. So I get it. Please more customization / okay, this is just asking for a bunch of things, and Ed's like, that's a lot. But he gives like a little winky smiley face. So there probably is some more stuff planned. So we'll see. I think tag team could be in the works. I think for a while they found source code that actually had tag team stuff in it. So I think that's possible. And online rooms. Online room needs to be a freaking thing. I don't know why that's not a thing. That alone, I feel like, could save the multiplayer experience. being able to invite people that's in the room and just meet new people. That's how a lot of people meet people in the game, is by these rooms. You know what I mean? So I think it's like a very necessary thing. Skin limits, I don't really care that much. I think the skin's fine. Friendships, we had it in MK11. It's fine. I guess new fatalities. Yeah, I don't care for variations. I don't really need that in this game. That just doesn't make sense to me. And you could add Ukrainian localization to MK. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but you know, from the majority of the tweets, a few of the tweets, he was talking about like stuff that should improve the game. So this really makes me think that MK1 isn't done now after watching, reading the tweets last night and even today. I think what happened was they're trying to get rid of the leakers, because MK1's whole game has just been ruined by leakers and data miners, and like the experience for people like me who don't like covering, who watch the leakers and know story details and character details coming before they come. That's boring as hell to me. Like, this completely takes the surprise away from it. And I think, like, you know, games like these need that surprise factor. They need that instant shot of adrenaline to be able to like get the blood pumping for their players. So by these people coming in and just leaking everything before they come out, it's like there's no surprise factor. There's nothing. You know what's coming, and it's like, okay, well, let's get ready for it. That's literally it. There's not like, that's like, games need that surprise factor because it gets fans excited, especially for a game like Mortal Kombat. They need that, you know, excitement factor to really kick in for people to be able to you know, get pumped up for the game. And I feel like a lot of that adrenaline has been taken out of the game because of everything that's gone on. And honestly, even with like the Invasion Season 1, as hard as I've been on them for not adding any new skins or anything, I think what ultimately it falls down to is I think this is a placeholder season, so they can get maybe the next season going. And if I'm right, and then if the next season is good, then like we could pretty much say that, okay, well, you know, we're back on for this. We just want to get rid of the leakers so we could move on with the game, because the skin pack that they had talked about, because like, okay, I'll bring that up right now too, since we're doing this. Let's do it in full detail, because like fate unknown, combat pack 3. Okay, so the where is it? Okay, so they're missing some characters. That's not the spoiler. Okay, so pretty much basically before he left, he shares the third combat pack. Third combat pack, if I remember it all correctly. I don't know, cause I think that he deleted the tweet on not the tweet, the Reddit post. But basically he said Cassie, Sonya, Kano, Kunjin, and who's the last one? I'm missing. Cassie, Sonya, Kano, Kunjin, and I can't remember the last character. But anyways, it was like one other Mortal Kombat character, and then Cassie, Kano, Sonya, Jade. Bro, that's gonna bother the shit out of me. Why can't I remember the last one? Okay. Alright, so here's the post. Here's the post. That's not the post. Okay, so basically, right. I wonder if I can blow this up. No. Anyways, okay, so the end. Hello, you may have seen recently I gave the news that MK1 DLC has been canceled. This has spread further than the MK community, and I do not want the attention, and I am stepping away from the leaking. I was going to stay around until Conan and T1000 were done, but I am going to end it now. I will not have any info on future NRS games. So this just makes me think that they might have found out who he is, and that he might be stepping away from the company, you know, to avoid all that the issue that comes with it. For my final post, here is further info about the canceled DLC. First, character ring sales were not the only reason. There were multiple reasons the team was pushed to move on, but the sales were just the biggest reason. The NRS team really wanted to do the DLC and are not happy about it, but they have no choice. Second, I do not know what the story. Okay, this is the story talking about it. I assume it had something to do with Sonya since she was in there. Thirdly, the final combat pack was meant to be 6 characters, 5 MK and 1 guest character. This should have always been the formula for Mortal Kombat 1. It should have always been 5 MK characters and 1 guest character. The guest characters do not play a bigger role than the MK fighters when it's a Mortal Kombat game. And I hate that this keeps happening in Mortal Kombat games. Like, MK9 did it best. It was like 1 guest character, the rest of Mortal Kombat characters. And then, you know, then MKS with all the additional horror characters that came into the game. Like, I'm not, if you guys know, follow the page for a while, you know I'm not a fan of the guest characters, and I understand the business practice in order to keep it, but I don't like it. But anyways, so the MK characters were Jade, Cassie, Kunjin, Sonya, and Kano. I do not know about the guests, but I am told they wanted to go with someone highly requested character, which everyone thinks was it. You know, seeing as it was like the most popular recent horror character that I can think of. You know, I think that's probably the character that, you know, people were thinking. That is all. Goodbye to everyone. So, you know, if this isn't canceled, if the DLC isn't canceled and Mortal Kombat 1 keeps going, that would, bro, honestly, this would be my favorite roster. This would be my favorite roster. Cassie and Sonya and Kunjin coming, bro. I would love to see Kunjin, how they would make him an effect. Is he now? I mean, he's a cousin of Kung Lao, so you wouldn't even have to change his story. Like, his story would pretty much be set. I mean, granted, you would have to change Cassie's story because Cassie and Sonya can't exist in the same time period unless Sonya's already old. No, I don't know how they would do that. How would they do that? Or maybe this Cassie's from a different timeline. We could do it like that. And this would be the first character from a different timeline. Maybe she's from the Mortal Kombat 1 timeline and she's actually made it to this character slot. That would be cool. I would love that. That would be fire. Have like someone from outside the timeline instead of just recreating a story for them that fits the mold of Mortal Kombat 1. I think that would bring a lot of positivity to the game. If these, especially when you look at his tweets, it doesn't seem like they're done. Because if Ed was done, he wouldn't even say anything. Like he would be kind of like keep everything kind of tight-lipped. So hopefully that means that Mortal Kombat 1 isn't done. Like, I think it could be interesting to see, you know, how they would progress, like dealing with the leakers. Like, because it's more than just Fate Unknown. There's a bunch of other leakers. I mean, maybe Fate Unknown might be the most, you know, known leaker that's gotten everything right. But once they get people out of the building and stuff like that, and figure out how they're getting the information, you know, like for me, I never liked leakers. I think leakers are very. And for people who like to be surprised, I hate leakers. I'm gonna be honest with you. I won't say hate. I dislike leakers. Hate is a strong word. I dislike leakers. It's like, you know, someone going to the movies before you, and then, you know, you told them you're about to go see the movie, and then they tell you everything that happens in the story. Like, that type of shit makes me want to smack the shit out of somebody, bro. Like, I don't want to know that. I want to be surprised. I want to enjoy my experience playing for this game. I'm paying $100 for the game. I want to know what I want to know when it happens. Like, I don't need people to tell me how to feel or, you know, what information is in there. So I think leakers are a big problem for any type of game, especially if you like, you know, I think it really messes with the life cycle of the game too. I think, you know, everything should be a surprise. I think that's how I should view it, but that's for me. If people want to see it beforehand, why I never understood why people want to be spoiled information beforehand, because to me, like, that's kind of boring. Like, you're gonna know everything before it happens, so your surprise factor is not gonna kick in because you already know what's gonna happen. Like, that's boring to me. Like, having a first time experience, like before, like when I first experienced Chaos Ranks, the Orin scene with Tanya speaking the Dragon Tongue, and, you know, the way the Orin was talking back and forth with her, it was awesome, bro. Like, I think it was cool. And like, I don't know if people like realize they actually gender bent Orin. Orin was the guy in Mortal Kombat was it Deception? No, it was Armageddon. Mortal Kombat Armageddon. He was the guy. So they gender bent Orin. So maybe, you know, this is from a different, obviously it's from a different timeline. It's not from the OG timeline, so it could have just been a girl from birth. But yeah, anyways. You know, like, certain things like that. Like, that's a small factor. No one really cares. Everybody just cares about Cyrus Sector, you know, but there's other factors that were kind of like changed a little bit too. But let me know what you guys think about all this stuff. Do you guys still think? I don't think Combat Pack 3 is canceled. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think it's canceled now. Not that I've seen this stuff. And then, like, I think that they told everybody. They told the lower people, not anyone that wasn't in like the higher ups office, was like Ed Boon and them, that hey, we're gonna, like, this is a common business practice, right? They hey, we're gonna tell everyone it's canceled. It's canned, and then, you know, we'll find out who's leaking it by telling certain groups of people this information and that information. And then once we find out we see who's leaking, we can get them. And that's basically, I think, what happened. So everyone that, you know, kind of jumped the gun, and this is including myself. Whatever. Like I said, I don't regret making that video, but I think, you know, I could have waited a little bit longer to see more information. But you know, it's kind of reactionary, this type of thing, because like this is the first game that I've actually covered, so I did feel some type of way about it. It's a learning experience for myself. So I think this game could, and this is all based on the fact that if the story is true, if they still continue, because it doesn't seem like Ed Boon hasn't said anything at all. Like, and he just said something positive for the game's future in terms of skins and stuff like that. And if that's the case, you know, they're moving on with future plans. Like, I'd be glad to be wrong. I want to be wrong. I don't want Mortal Kombat 1 to end yet. Like, if they have better story, they can keep molding this roster to better fit it. And you have Sonya coming, and you have Cassie, and you have Kunjin, Kano, Jade. Like, those are the most requested characters are Sonya and Jade right now. Like, so for them to bring two of them, like, honestly, even if Sonya didn't make it and they had Cassie, I would have been fine with it, because like it's kind of the next best thing. But at the end of the day, if they bring them into the game, like, I'd be happy. Like, I'd be completely happy again, bro. But I kind of wanted to make this video because, like, I feel like majority of the videos in recent have been really negative, and like that's not how the kind of like Mortal Kombat creator I am. I always lean towards more of the positive, and then, like, you know, if I have an input that I'll say, cause I'm more of like a lukewarm person, and I feel like a lot of the videos I've been making recently have been a lot more on the negative side, which, you know, I don't want that to be the aesthetic of the channel. I'm not that kind of a content creator. I like being optimistic. I like talking about lore and stories and stuff like that. So, you know, I wanted to make a more positive video. So, like, if people are still holding out hope for Mortal Kombat being good. Also, I want to do a video talking. I don't usually cover drama or anything inside the Mortal Kombat community, but I kind of want to look at this. I want to do a reaction to a video about pretty much Sonic Fox and like one of the other Mortal Kombat YouTubers on here. Like, so stay tuned for that. I think we're gonna do a reaction to it and just gonna give my input on everything, on like how I feel about some of the comments made and just the little Twitter beef and like stuff like that in terms of like the fighting game community, stuff like that. Because I think once the fighting game circuit comes back on the days that I do have off, or I'm able to watch it, or we'll even like when I'm not able to watch it, I'll go back and do a reaction to the video after I get out of work, something like that. Maybe we'll do something like that. I do want to start doing some kind of other type of content outside of just, you know, my own kind of like content. Let's do some reaction Mortal Kombat content, because like I've seen other communities where they react to each other's videos and they talk about it and they get their community involved with other types of communities. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like a lot of the Mortal Kombat communities I've seen, they're all like separated. You know what I mean? Like, all the Mortal Kombat communities are kind of separated on YouTube versus like it being all together. And like, I think this is more, I don't know, I wouldn't say, I don't know whose fault it is to blame, but there are so many different communities, like the community for MKX, the community for MK9, the community for MK1, the community for MK11, where everyone's opinions are so vastly different. So like, I think, you know, having a way where we can develop the entire community into one aspect and just like, you know, do reactions to each other's videos. If you don't agree with our opinion, say it in a respectful manner, blah, blah, blah. Like, do something like that. I don't know. That's something that I've been thinking about like last couple months. Like, I've been wanting to do it, but I don't know how I'll go about doing it. Maybe I'll reach out to content creators and see what they say, if it's okay for me to do something like that, and if they're okay with me reacting to the videos they make and just talk about it. You know what I mean? So like, I want to reach out to a bunch of the bigger content creators and see what they have to say, and even like some around my size, because obviously everyone has like different takes on like just Mortal Kombat in general. I was raised on Mortal Kombat. I was 1990. I was born. I've been playing Mortal Kombat since I was a little kid. I played the first one, so like I have more of like a huge amount of time into Mortal Kombat from when I was a kid. But anyways, yeah, I just wanted to talk about this, and like, you know, I hope that I'm wrong and that this continues, Mortal Kombat 1 continues, because I think a year and 2 months is not okay. Like, if it's at least 2 years, maybe 3, I'll be okay with that, and then we'll get into the next cycle. Because if they're already working on the next Mortal Kombat 1 game, I'll be fine with it. Because like, you know, we just got a year and a half, maybe 2 years of waiting after like 3-year mark. I'd be cool with that. Like, as long as they take their time, it has rooms and stuff like that. Because there's so many factors, different things from different games that I feel like they put into one Mortal Kombat game would be great. I also want Mortal Kombat 1 to stay with one type of system instead of trying to change it every single game. I think one system, kind of like what Street Fighter does, and just tweak it a little bit. I think that'd be cool. I think it would it will bring the fan base together as long as the system's good. But anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about all this information you guys seen today, and some opinions on the whole reaction thing. Let me know what you guys think, because like I feel like there's so much diversity in just the community of Mortal Kombat. It's just, you know, it gets a little weird. Anyways, guys, I'm out here. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm out. Peace.